Hi, my name is Ruby, and I just found out yesterday that a 13-year-old committed suicide because of bullying in a middle school where my sisters attend, and I'm really pissed off because I have been bullied before, but I I kind of turned it around on them and I got really pissed off, and then I decided not letting them, get away with it. I I didn't let them push me around anymore because it came to a certain point where I got really pissed off and showed them that they weren't going to do it again. So, I keep hearing that all these little teenagers are getting bullied because so many reasons, because they're overweight, because they're short, because they're pussies, and I had just found that out of another kid, that just because he was a pussy he was gonna get beat up. That's that's not the way I thought about it. I If they would have said that to me, I would have turned it back on them. So I don't know how this is happening, but I'm really pissed off because everyone has to do with it. The friends in school, the parents, because they're not paying attention. You have to ask your kids how school, you have to notice in their behavior. How do I know this? Because my mom did it to me. She paid attention to all the signs, um and she she told me that I needed to socialize more and talk to other kids, and that was not the solution. The solution was that I needed to prove to them that I wasn't the easy target, which at the beginning they did they did bully me, and they did find me as an easy target, but after a while I just got fed up with it. I just got really upset and mad, and I just decided to end it. And it was just by me showing anger, attitude, just the way they did it to me. I did it too. I returned the same attitude, and it didn't stop, but it it wasn't it wasn't that bad anymore. And it was my senior year when it had stopped. And what happened when the bullying happened to me, it was in middle school, but that actually pushed me to my mom actually pushed me into um speaking out, not being quiet, not being shy. Always tell a friend, always tell your parents. If they're threatening you, always tell someone. There's always someone to talk to. And it's just really upsetting, and it really gets me pissed off because I wish I could just reach out to all those kids that actually commit suicide and their parents are just um with their hands crossed. They don't know what to do. And sometimes schools, they're just, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do, I didn't know what was happening in our school. Or the teachers say, oh, I wasn't aware of it. So how can you not be aware of it? Like, it's happening in your face. How can you not be aware of your students that are being bullied? or in the hallway when they're being, you know, pushed around, shoved to the walls, or when they say unnecessary comments. I just don't get it. Because that happened to me, and it also happened in elementary, and I actually got so fed up too. I mean, of telling a teacher that I was being bullied, and I had made a essay for to the principal, and he snatched it from my hand, and I never turned it in. So it didn't just end there. It kept continuing, but after a while, I just decided it was gonna end. And I don't know if it's because the parents don't pay attention to their kids. I don't know if because they want to feel popular. I don't know if it's because they just think they're greater than other people, and that's not right, because we're all equal, and we're all human beings, and we're all the same. Even though we're different colors or nationalities, we're all the same. And I just don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. It has to do with everybody, the friends, the parents, everyone. If you see it in your school, if you see it in your class, why don't you just say something? Because what? Because you're afraid? Afraid of what? What would they do to you? Hit you? I didn't take classes of wrestling, but I wish I did. Because then they would stop bothering you. And if it doesn't end there, then I would take classes of wrestling, boxing, something. And that shows some type of, some type of respect and some type of protection for yourself. Because of the mom of this young boy, she said that the other kid had text him, "You're a pussy and you need to get beat up for that." And the other little kid just didn't, he didn't do nothing to deserve that. I don't know why these kids have the courage to do all that, and they think they could be pushing around other kids. I don't know what is their problem, but I've bumped into a lot, and I've met a lot. I don't know what their problem is. I don't know if the parents are not paying attention, they're working, they don't care, or they don't ask them how they're doing in school. As I said before, I don't know if you guys notice how your kids do those little signs with the eyes rolling over, or they don't listen to you. Then that's happening in your house. That's happening in your home, and it starts from home to school, and until this happens. And I'm really pissed off because I'm really pissed off because it's where my sisters go. It's in the middle school where my sisters go, where that girl died. A 13-year-old. Come on. So you're telling me you're letting kids die in your guys' middle school, high school? I'll be embarrassed. I'll be really embarrassed to be part of that school. It never happened to me, and I'm glad it never happened to me. I just wanted to say sorry for all those kids that committed suicide, all those families, because I'm so thankful my mom pushed me, and She had always told me not to fight, but also as much as I wanted to, I didn't for me to graduate. So I don't know what has to happen, but I'm really pissed off because I wouldn't want that to happen to one of my sisters. I'm I wouldn't want that to happen to one of my sisters. And I don't know what's the problem with all these bullies, but it needs to stop. What if one of your relatives died? How would you feel? The 13-year-old got messages of representing her death. Like, what kind of kid are you raising? Really? Telling that 13-year-old, oh, this is how you should die? I felt like telling her, maybe you should have sent that text back to see if they stopped. I don't know how long is this going to go on for? I don't know to what point we're gonna actually stop these kids from doing this. It starts from their own home. They're being bullied in their house and then their school, and then it all builds up. You have to find some type of help. It's getting really bad, and it's getting to the point where it's I don't know if I just don't know. I don't know what the other families think. I don't know how they're handling that. I don't know how the other kids don't speak up if they see it, if they're shy. I don't know why they're shy to speak up. I don't know if they're being threatened. I just don't know, but I know that if when I saw that in my high school, I would say something and I wouldn't stay quiet. I wouldn't stay quiet at all. And I would give them reasons to not to speak. I would give them reasons for them to shut up. I would tell them, would you like it if I would tell you something? Would you like me to pick on you? And then they would stay quiet because someone's speaking up for them. That's all they need. If they can't even defend themselves, that makes it even worse. Now close, to being that close to my sister's middle school of someone dying, that means it's getting worse. And I'm glad nothing's happening to my family because it won't. I promise you it won't. And I'm glad I'm still alive today because it even happened to me. And I had to deal through all that, but I didn't let it get to me. And that's all I have to say. I just wanted to say that to see to what point our principals, teachers, the school district, I just wanted to say how long is it going to take them to take matters in their hands and take control of the situations. Bye.